coming at y'all with this video I ran across that I thought was real interesting, and I thought we should give a reaction to. But before we get into all that stuff, shout out to the new subscribers. Y'all really hit that sub button. Last couple videos I've posted. I appreciate the support. Like I promised, shout out to the new subscribers. Y'all really hit that sub button the last two videos I posted, and I truly appreciate it. If you want to be shouted out in your next video, all you have to do is go to your settings, go to privacy, right where it says subscriptions. Make sure that is toggled off. You want to have that toggled off so that I know that you are sub to my channel. Don't want to get shouted out and you want to be incognito or whatever, that's fine. You can still hit the sub button, but that's only if you want to shout out and you want me to notice that you're sub to my channel. That's all you have to do. Also, today is my birthday. Wish your boy a happy birthday in the comment section below. But without any further ado, let's get into the video.
FBA, the FBA delineation thing. Thoughts about it, whether or not it's divisive, or does it help U.S. blacks to recenter their focus and needs and priorities before prioritizing other people of color coalitions? What do you think?
It's certainly not divisive because that would presuppose that blacks were united before the term came to popular use. So we often hear things like that. It's silly.
He has a valid point.
Every cultural group delineates what is within and what is not, and is completely reasonable and in fact necessary. So for example, we call everyone black in America, but the whites get to be Italian, German, Polish, and Irish. And it is a matter of self-respect for ourselves and our history that we would say, no, actually, this is our ethnic group. And this does not degrade any other ethnic group or group of Africans. So it is necessary. And I respect it. But what I'm not sure of is if it actually constitutes a movement. And I think there's a suggestion that it's a movement, when really it seems to be merely a term that groups a number of people together who share history. And I think that's...
A Chinese person would feel disrespected if you referred to them as a Japanese person, right? Even though they're both Asian. And some people might get them mixed up. Same thing with a Korean person. You cannot lump them all into one thing. They will tell you exactly what they are. So who are you to just be like, oh, you're just Asian? No, that's not how that works. And I think the problem with other black people that look at foundational black Americans is it's kind of weird to be like, you can't call yourself that, because it's like delineating. Everybody, all black people delineate. Why is it that when FBAs delineate, it's a problem? That's the bigger question. Why is it okay for you to call yourself a Jamaican? If that's the case, why is it okay for you to call yourself a Haitian? If that's the case, you should just call yourself African.
Okay. Funny enough, I actually agreed with it too. I always saw it as more of an identifier than really anything else other than that. And it's been shocking to see the amount of people who have said it was divisive, saying that it's it's everything else but what you just kind of said it was. And they're almost threatened by the idea of this delineation or this distinction. Why do you think some people are starting to feel kind of, triggered or even, upset about the idea of people even using the term FBA?
It depends on which group you're talking about. They have different interests. So for example, there's this term African tether, which I think some Africans think it applies to all Africans, but my understanding is it applies to those Africans who emulate the Black American in their speech patterns and their style of dress, and they appropriate the culture. They want to use the cool aspects of African American culture or foundational Black American culture, but then they turn around and go Frank Zanu and they claim blacks don't have culture, and they insult us while being in our home. Got to be a good house guest. Me, I have traveled the African continent widely, have a tremendous amount of respect for all of the different peoples there. And when I'm there, I'm respectful because they deserve respect. And we just ask the same in turn. And so I don't think that it's an anti-African movement, but I do know that there are some Africans who are rightly called tethers because they're disrespectful. And most importantly, the moment they get into the West, They do their best to be the best friend of the white man. They're still mentally colonized, and they take the black collective backward. And I find it so comical that I was just talking to one yesterday. His name is Robert. And I tell him, you can't say we don't have culture. You give up yours willingly. You see, your mother and your father have names from your culture, and then they named you after a white man.
Oh, shit. He's starting off already. Oh, what did he say in response?
Well, all he could do in response to that is babble and lie. That's typically what happens when you share the truth. The truth is increasingly rare. People become very emotional over it. What he said is, well, your name's a white man's name. I said, well, not quite. But if it was, it would make sense because we've been in the hells of North America for hundreds of years. And the difference is that we never got a chance to use the names of our forefathers. You did. You gave yours up. Mine was stolen.
Oh,
And it's a major difference. And so you're dealing with a people such as yourself,
Message.
willingly docile, versus us. We were conquered, and we are now captives in the hells of North America. But I tell you what, in actual fact, the name Marquette is a name from the foundational Black American culture. You'll never find an Arab, a white man, a Latino named Marquette. And that's just the fact of the matter. I've traveled the world, filled up 4 passport books, and I've never met another Marquette except one individual who grew up in Section 8 housing with me.
Man, and real quick, this comment, all of these other groups use the benefits of what FBA's created to only benefit their group.
This was a quick video, fam. I just wanted to react to this because I think that brother Marquette gave a brilliant breakdown of basically what FBA is. Because I see in a lot of people's comment section, even in the Godfrey video, recent video I dropped, I seen a lot of like kind of, a certain rhetoric. Well, not a lot, a few. Rhetoric from these people that have a viewpoint, a certain viewpoint of FBA. And it's been a discussion for a long time in certain comment sections. I just thought reacting to this would be very informative to those type of people. You know what I mean? It was a great explanation of what FBA is. Y'all tell me what y'all think about this in the comment section. Do y'all agree? Do y'all disagree? Let's have the conversation in the comment section. But that's going to be it for me in this video. I'll catch y'all in the next one. Peace.